to my channel. My name is Caitlin. It has been a long time. I have not filmed and put out a video in over a year. But I have a really good topic, a topic that I think is really good for today. So I was moved to create this video. So if you see the title of the video is Change or Die, which I know is a little dramatic, but I wanted to talk about how unchanged behavior, how refusing to change, refusing to abandon the things that keep you small, that limit you, that keep you from growing, how it kills the opportunity for growth. It kills the version of yourself that you could be. It kills anything that could take you away from where you are now. So, you'll hear a lot of people say that not changing, not growing, it holds you back. But it doesn't just hold you back, it holds you down. Because those things literally hold you down until you stop resisting them and ultimately just submit to giving up, so that the negativity can have its way, the insecurity can have its way, the fear can have its way, and thus thrive within you. So how do we combat that? How do we stop that with change? So I first want to look at two different definitions, or definitions from two different sources. The first one that we have is the change definition from Cambridge University. And it says that change is a verb, to become different. It actually says to become different within parentheses. And it says the first definition is to exchange one thing for another, or to make or become different. The next definition comes from Merriam-Webster, the dictionary. And I really like the Merriam-Webster definition because it says that change is to replace with another, to make a shift from one to another. So I really like the Merriam-Webster definition because it uses the word replace. And a lot of times when people think of change, they think of it as additions. They think that they need to add something into their lives. They think they need to start doing more things. I need to start doing this. I need to start doing that. I need to add this in to make a change. But change is not additions. Change is replacement. You have to replace the things that are not serving you, the mindset, the limiting belief, whatever it is, with the things that will. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a light bulb and the light bulb goes out. You go to the store, you get a brand new, fully functioning light bulb that you know works. Can you get the benefits of the new light bulb without taking the old one out first? Or can you put the new light bulb in the socket while the old light bulb is still in there? You can't. You have to take the old light bulb out first. You could have the brightest, shiniest, best light bulb we sell on earth. You'll never get the benefits of it. You'll never see it shine if you don't take the old light bulb out. Unchanged behavior is the same way. Most people know exactly what they need to do to change. Most people know exactly what they need to do to further their situation, the same way that you know when a light bulb goes out, you need to go to the store to get a new one. Most people, they know that. They have no problem with that. They don't want to take out the old light bulb, even though the old light bulb no longer serves them. It's almost like if people say, oh, I want to become smarter, so I want to read more. Well, that sounds good. Okay, you want to become smarter, so you want to read more, you want to expand your mind, you want to further your intellect. Well, it's not just that you read more, right? Because that's an add-in. It's that you have to read more than something else. You have to read more than you scroll on your phone. You have to read more than you lay in the bed and watch TV. You have to read more than you take naps on the couch and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's the replacing the behavior that wasn't making you smarter, wasn't expanding your mind, wasn't furthering your intellect, with the behavior that will, i.e. the reading. And through the replacements of those behaviors with the reading, you do become more intellectual. Well, people will say, well, that's easier said than done. Like, of course you just do X, Y, and Z and replace X, Y, and Z, and then that'll help you. Well, yeah, it's easier said than done, but the life you're living now is easier said than done. You don't like things about yourself. You don't like the fact that certain behaviors have a hold on you. You don't like the fact that your mind has such limiting beliefs and tells you that you can't do this, you can't do that. You hate that, but you live that every day. And yet you say it's easier said than done to replace those things with the things that will move you forward, that will grow you, that will free you from the limitations of being small. I'll give you another example of replacement. Let's say confidence. We'll do something that's a little more abstract, right? Because the light bulb example is like very literal, and the reading example is also very literal because those are things that you can physically do. But let's do something that's a little bit more abstract, right? Let's say you are not a confident person, or you are someone who wishes that they could be more confident. You know, you want to be able to go to large gatherings of people and not be nervous. You want to be able to walk up to people and create friends. You know, you want to become more extroverted, be the kind of people that draws people in, right? But you're not that person right now. You know, your brain tells you, oh, you're awkward, you're weird, nobody wants to be your friend. Who are you to go out there and be making friends? Most people would think, okay, well, the way I change myself from being that way, I'm gonna start going to parties. I'm gonna start walking up to random people and making conversation to try to make friends. I'm gonna start putting myself out there more. And to the average person, all of those things sound right. Because if you're not confident, the average person will think, well, oh, I need to start doing things that will force me to be more confident or make me to be more confident or put me in situations where I have to use confidence. But we know that that's wrong, because what? Saying that you're gonna go to parties, saying that you're gonna walk up to people, saying that you're gonna do X, Y, and Z, those are all additions. You have not replaced the root problem, which is the fact that you do not believe that you are confident. You have not replaced that with anything. All you've done is tell yourself, oh, I'm just gonna go out and go to parties and walk up to people and make friends. You don't even believe that you can do that. Why would you do that? You have to first tell yourself, I am the kind of person that's confident. You have to replace the limiting belief. You have to replace the toxic mindset with a version of the mindset that tells you that you can't. Right? So this one's a little bit more abstract. So if you're a person who doesn't believe in yourself, you have to replace the non-belief with the belief. You have to tell yourself, I am the kind of person that is confident. I am the kind of person that makes friends easily. I am the kind of person that can walk into a room and charm a collective, charm a crowd. Why can I do this? Because I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm charming. I'm funny. I'm personable. People love to be around me. You have to tell yourself these things and replace the mindset first before you put yourself in an environment or a situation where those skills need to be used. It makes no sense to be unconfident and then say, oh, I'm going to go to this party. And you have not replaced the belief that you are unconfident. And now you're in a party and you're just being fucking awkward. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying, like, it makes no sense to even put yourself in a position to fail because you haven't actually done the groundwork, which is replacement. Because if you do that, if you just say, well, I want to be more confident, so I'm just going to go out and put myself in situations, you're going to fail. And then you're going to feel like, I cannot do this. But it's not that you can't do this. It's the fact that you tried to add something in before you replaced something. Nothing changed. You just added something on. Okay? And the problem with that is two regimens, two regimes, two mindsets cannot occupy one vessel. The you that tells you that you can't, the you that tells you that you aren't, the you that tells you that you won't, occupies you now. You have to replace that with the you that tells you that you can, the you that tells you that you will, the you that tells you that you are, so that when you go to these situations, when you do go to the party, the gathering, the whatever, and your brain tries to tell you, well, girl, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why you can say, well, I'm here because I'm confident. I'm here because I'm a people person. I'm here because I'm here to make friends. Of course I would be here. This is what confident people do. This is what people persons do. You already have replaced the limiting belief. So now when you are in the situation, there is nothing to hold you back, right? So see, that one's a little bit more abstract. That one's a little more like in your mind, right? Because the thing about trying to add things in without replacing it is that the old stuff will fight the new stuff. So like going back to the confidence example, The non-confident you, if you try to bring in the confident you, without kicking out the non-confident you, the non-confident you will fight the confident you because it knows, oh shit, if she gets rid of me, if they get rid of me, if they get rid of fear, insecurity, doubt, limiting belief, where will I have to go? See, the thing about fear, insecurity, unchanged behavior, toxic mindset, those things cannot survive on their own. They need a vessel to live through. So they know if she puts me out, I have nowhere to go. I'll be living on the streets. I'm an orphan. I have no one to take care of me, no place that I can call home. See, through the unchanged behavior, you have given these things a mansion inside you to live in. You've given them your heart, your mind, your soul. Everything about you is wrapped up in these beliefs, in these unchanged behaviors, in this toxic mindset, and it has become comfortable. It doesn't want to leave. So that's why when you say, oh, I'm going to change, and you try to add all of these things in instead of replacing things, and you wonder why you continuously fail when you have made a genuine attempt to change, it's because the old you, every time you try to bring something in without kicking it out first, it starts feeding you these comfortable lies. It starts telling you, girl, change. Who you going to change into? Who you going to become? Are you not happy with who you are now? Change? How you gonna change, girl? This is who you've always been. This is just how life is. It starts telling you that because it wants to stay, not because it's true. It's a lie. It's a lie. But it doesn't want you to know that that's a lie, because by discovering and shining a light on the fact that these things are lies, then the behavior gets kicked out. Then it gets replaced with something that actually does serve you. And that is when you grow. That is when you actually change. That is when you start to live. And so to that, I say, kick out the things that don't serve you. Kick out the things that keep you small, that limit your belief, that fight on your mind. You don't need those things. Those things need you. Fear has nowhere to stay if you don't open your door and let it into your home. Insecurity has nowhere to lay if you don't pull back the covers and give it a spot on your bed. Those things cannot survive on their own, okay? So replace them with the things that you know is gonna move you forward. It's gonna make you stop feeling small. It's gonna feel like you have life within you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they're walking around and they look alive, but on the inside, they're dead. And that's because through repeated unchanged behavior, through the repeated listening to those things, those comfortable lies, those things that keep you small, those things have held you down, put their hand over your nose and your mouth and killed you. They've killed you. It's like, yeah, you're walking around with the rest of us and you look like flesh and bones, but you're just skin with a corpse on the inside. And the crazy thing is, I know the title says change or die, but the caveat to that situation is something dies anyway. Either you kill the things that hold you back or keep you small, or they kill you. The good news is only one of those deaths actually brings life. You killing the things that keep you back actually birthed the new you, the real you. Versus you letting the things that hold you back, that keep you small, that scare you, that make you afraid, you feeding into those things and letting those things have hold of you, those things keep you dead forever. There is no coming back from that. So, to that, at this part of the video, we always have an art piece that coincides with the topic. Usually it's a painting or drawing or something like that, but obviously art comes in many forms. So today we actually have a poem, and it's a very short poem. It is from a woman. Her name is NTM Poet on Instagram. And the poem actually says, "The birth of something new always feels like death at first. The way winter sacrifices itself for spring." I loved that poem when I read it, when I found it, because I felt like it was perfect for what we're talking about today, because it gives you such a clear example, right? It says, the birth of something new always feels like death at first, the way winter sacrifices itself for spring. So think about that. When it's winter time and it's time for it to turn to spring. Does winter say, well, oh, I'll just become a little warmer and I just won't be as chilly, and I'll just let the sun stay out a little bit longer, and that way I can stay around, but we'll still have that like spring like vibe? We could do that. No. Winter has to completely go away. Like, we're not doing that anymore. It's not cold no more. It's not dark at 4:30. That's done. That has to completely go away so that spring can come. It's the same way with your life. If you want the winter of your life to go away, you're going to have to sacrifice it. You're going to have to get rid of it. It's not going to be enough to just add in a little sunlight, add in a little warmth, add in a little this and that. There are no add-ins. You are going to have to totally replace what is not serving you with what you know will. You know what you need to do. I'm not here to tell you what you need to do. I'm just here to tell you that you need to do it. And with that, I just want to say thank you for watching my video. I hope to see you on the next one. I hope this video, if it even reached at least one person that is like, you know what, she's right. I need to stop playing around, stop bullshitting with myself, and do the things that I need to do to save me. If that message reaches one person, then that's fine with me, y'all. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.